Hey, what's up guys, it is your boy MPD here, bringing you another video today. I just tried to record this video, my audio started messing up, my mic started messing up, so I have to re-record it, but it's okay. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming banners, two Grand Summoners, or the returning banners, let me say, that will be coming out over the next few days. And these banners are pretty good, man. They're pretty solid. They're pretty much returning every banner that ever came out that was like really popular. So yeah, let's go to the mail here. Surprise Xmas summons, these are what we're gonna get. So I'm gonna tell you what I recommend doing for these summons and like which banners I recommend summoning on. Of course though, let me just say too is that if you guys want any of these units, you know, no matter what, let's say you're a huge like Rayon fan, you want Rayon, you've been trying to get Rayon the entire time, and I tell you, you know, don't summon on this banner, do whatever makes you happy, man, and go for it. Apart from that though, also I want to say too is that it seems like the banner units are boosted up on this banner, because if you see right here, I actually noticed this when I was recording my last one, was because it seems like if you see right here, it says tab details and it says check out the banner units and summon rates. So guaranteed 5 stars for banner units are 7.6% for a banner unit. That's almost 10%. If you want to know a normal Hero Fest, which is Hero Fest Infinity EX, Sunny's drop rate is only 4.7%. 4.7% for Sunny, which is crazy, right? But for these banner units, they're 7.6%, damn near 10%, so that's crazy. Also, I want to say too is that, oh my god, what the heck, Pixel? Are you serious? Alright, and we're back. So one thing I want to show you real quick is that also all multi-summons, you hear me? All multi-summons on these banners are guaranteed 5 stars. You see here, every 11 hero summons earn you 1 rainbow gem, plus your first rainbow summon guarantees a 5 star for all 7 banners. So yeah, or it's not all multis, my bad. That's what I was trying to say. It's all 7 banners, you get a guaranteed 5 star. But the thing is, CGS, you try to think that you're doing something, but it's always been like that. You guys just don't showcase it. Like, it's a guaranteed 5 star. Also, this thing says GS for life. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so every banner, or every first multi that you do on these banners would be guaranteed 5 stars, that's how it is with every banner. So there's that. I'm pretty sure though that was kind of some clarification, because these are returning banners, and returning banners, people may not know that if you get a guaranteed 5 star, even if you summon on them back then. But yeah, you get a guaranteed 5 star for all these banners. It's not every multi, unfortunately. It's just your first summon for every banner. Also, you do get 1 rainbow gem with every summon, or every multi-summon, which is really good. So let's talk about the units for this. So the first banner we have right here, Hero Fest, it's called Hero Fest, that's it. We have Mira and Rayon. Mira being a very good fire attacker, that's about it. She does highly rely on burn though, so if you cannot burn the enemy, she becomes pretty much useless. Rayon is one of the best breakers in the game. Unfortunately, he is extremely outclassed by a girl named Platina. Apart from that though, Rayon has fallen off massively from his throne. At one point, Rayon was the best unit in the game, but no longer. No longer. Rayon is still, in my heart, I still love Rayon, but he's nowhere near as good as he used to be. This banner, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst banners to summon on out of the list, so I wouldn't recommend it at all. Next, moving on from that, is Marzex and Rasu. Marzex being a very good light attacker. He does not have his awakening though. Even on the Japanese version of the game, he still doesn't have his awakening, so that kind of sucks. But apart from that, he's still really good. You can throw him on a mono light team. Apart from that though, you won't really see him a lot being used anywhere else, because there's other attackers in the game that does more damage than him now, so he's kind of fallen off massively. But if he ever gets an awakening, he's going to be super top tier. So yeah, or I would hope he would be super top tier, because he used to be, whenever he first came out, he was extremely good. But apart from that though, Marzex is just kind of he's not really all that. Moving on from that, we have Rasu. Rasu is not that good at all either. A lot of people say, oh my god, he can one-shot a boss. I mean, there's other units in the game that can one-shot bosses, like Regulus. Well, not out yet. Ash, you know, people like that. There's a ton of units that can one-shot bosses, so it's not really like this. It's not really like too crazy. And also Rasu isn't that good either as a fire attacker because he doesn't do any type of burn damage, which on a mono fire team that is heavily valued. So yeah, Rasu, not really good. I don't recommend this banner either, unless you just really want more Zex, which I really want more Zex, but I don't think I'll do this. But yeah, moving on from that, we have the Hero Fest Galaxy banner with Zorg, Lise, and Courtney. Zorg being one of I guess I could say one of the best light attackers. He's extremely good. He's pretty much the closest thing we have to a bruiser in Grand Summoners. If you've never played a MOBA and you don't know what a bruiser is, or a fighter, or whatever you want to call them, a bruiser in a MOBA terms is a tanky tank that loves to do damage, which is what Zorg is pretty much. He's a tank that loves to do damage. Even though his stats are, what I mean by that is like his stats are really good, they're pretty much very tank-like. Like his defense is actually extremely high for an attacker, and so is his HP. His HP is very good, and also he has a sustain ability with his skill, so he's very, very tanky. And he's a really good attacker. He's able to feint the enemy with his true art, and he also increases his own arc gauge by 50. The only bad part is about Zorg is that he does not have any innate BE gen or art gen, so that really sucks for him. So you will have to use him on a team with Mako and Sunny to really get the full effect out of him on Mono Light, or use Mako and Finn. So there is that. Apart from that though, Zorg is just an A tier unit. He's nothing too special, but he is a very solid old man. He's very good. Moving on from that, we have Lise. Lise is an okay healer, okay support. She's an A tier support. If you do not have Mako, Acerpa, Finn, or Sunny, then go for Lise, because Lise is really good as a healer. Apart from that though, there's better options like the ones I just listed, which I'm assuming most people have Finn now because of the unit of choice. Moving on from that is Courtney. Courtney is an okay sub-attacker. She's able to reduce the enemy's attack and defense by 50% and break resistance by 50% with her true art. She's okay. She's nothing too crazy. One thing I will say is that she may be extremely valued on a break like nuke team with like Platina, Est, and herself, Courtney, and then like an attacker or something like that. I wouldn't really do that though. Maybe like Platina, Est, Courtney, and then like a support like Mako or something. But yeah, so you can kind of use her there. I don't think she's like the worst unit in the world. She's not like super top tier though. But yeah, I mean she's okay. She's okay. She's nothing too crazy. She's okay. She's okay. Moving on from that, we have Platina and Est and Rags. This is one of the best banners to summon on. Rags being an S tier attacker, one of the best attackers in the game, being able to feint the enemy with a 100% chance to feint, keep in mind, with his true art. His true art will negate any damage that he receives by 3,000, so he will negate 3,000 damage for 25 seconds. Also, his skill is able to increase his own art gauge, so he has innate art gen in his kit. He has a 5-star support slot, a 5-star magic, and a 5-star physical slot, an absolute beast. You guys have seen him multiple times on the channel. You guys have seen the showcase. You guys have seen it whenever I showcase him in other videos, so he's an extremely good unit, one of the best attackers in the game. Probably the second best attacker in the game, first being Regulus with True Weapon, Rags, and then Freed, so he's extremely good. Apart from that though, there's nothing else to really say. There's no downside to Rags. The only downside to Rags is you have to do his giant boss in order to get the awoken version of him. Moving on from that, we have Platina. Platina being the best breaker in the game, being able to increase her own break power by 50% for 10 seconds, and when enemy's boss break gauge is under 50%. So whenever the boss break gauge is under 50%, she's getting 50% more break power, which is insane. You can increase that even further with something like Relic Mav, and then even further with that if you use something like Keon. So she's gonna be getting an absolute absurd amount of break power. You can pretty much, if you're using Est and her in the giant boss, in the Rags giant boss, you can pretty much insta break Rags, which is crazy, so that's really good. Next is the skill, 1800% light damage physical, reduce the enemy's break resistance by 25% for 7 seconds. Really good, being able to reduce the enemy's break resistance, so it makes the enemy even more likely to be broken. Really good. Also, I want to say too, she just got an awakening in JP. Her JP awakening is absolutely busted. I think she's still rated A tier in Japan. In my opinion, Platina, even in global, I think Platinum is an S tier character. I called her Platinum because that's what I've used. That's what I usually call her, but because that's what her name is in JP. But yeah, in my opinion, She is an S tier breaker, the best breaker we have in the game, so she's a really good unit. Moving on from that, we have the giant boss killer Est. Est is extremely good. One of the best water attackers we have in the game currently. Awoken Est brings a lot to the team, being able to have the boss or the giant boss break gauge by half, so she works really well with Platina. Also, she gets 100% more damage during break, which is really good. Well, she increases everyone's damage by 100% during break. So yeah, man, she's really good, very solid unit, very top tier. An A tier unit, not S tier though, A tier unit. She's really good. Run her on a mono water team, she's gonna do work for you. Apart from that though, this banner is one of the best banners to summon on for this event. So yeah, moving on from that, we have the Finn and Falsey banner. Let me just say real quick, Finn, you know, you guys seen him multiple times on the channel. He is extremely good, one of the best support units we have, one of the best arts batteries that we have in the game. Get him if you, well, I would say get him if you don't have him, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys got him from the unit of choice, hopefully, because if you didn't, you may have a hard time pulling him from this banner. Because this banner is extremely garbage. Literally the only good unit on there is Finn. Roy is not that good of a breaker. Falsey is not that good of a, what is she? Is she a breaker too? Yeah, I think she's a breaker too. But these two units are completely like not really all that good. The only good unit is Finn. So if you do not have Finn, you can maybe try your luck on this, but I wouldn't really waste too much like gems or crystals on it. And also I wouldn't like break your wallet or break your bank account just to try to get this guy on this banner, because you may get lucky, but I wouldn't recommend you summoning on it because the other two units on it are kind of trash. So yeah, moving on from that though, we have the Regulus, Fina, and Coco banner, one of the other best banners to summon on for this summoning. Regulus being the best attacker in the game with true weapon. Also, he is the crit god, the nuke god himself, so he's extremely good. One of the best units in the game. Fina being the best sub attacker in the game, being the heal goddess, and also the cleanse goddess. She's extremely good. She's able to help you out in hard content so much. She can literally solo hard carry you through floor 20. Which I think that's the one with the Emerald Bird, which the Emerald Bird will spam paralyze you. Fina can pretty much hard carry you through that because she can just cleanse everything, which is really good. So Fina, extremely good. Make sure though, if you do pull on this banner, to get their true weapons if you do not have them, because they are only top tier if you have their true weapons. Moving on from that, we have Coco. Coco is not that good of a breaker. She's only really good against raid bosses. Apart from that, not really all that. Moving on from that, we have Hero Fest Galaxy SP. This has Scylla, Mixie, and Melia on it. Scylla being one of the best tanks in the game currently we have. She's extremely good. She makes the Rags Giant Boss event extremely easy. Apart from that though, she's not really seen a lot because there's not really a lot of content in the game currently where we need a tank like Scylla. And also there are a ton of better tanks coming down the line, like Dark Sword, the new water unit that just got released in JP. There's a ton of other units coming down the line that are kind of better than her, so it's up to you if you want to try summon for her, but I would definitely recommend her if you need a tank unit. Moving on from that, we have Melia. She's an extremely good magic sub attacker. She's able to buff up magic damage by 50%. She's one of my favorite dark units, so I like her a lot. I'm kind of biased, but I will say this is that she's nothing special. She's kind of squishy, so you don't see her a lot, but on mono dark I do run her, so hey, she's a pretty okay unit. She's pretty good. Moving on from that, we have Mixie. Mixie is an extremely good sub attacker, being able to poison the enemy with her skill and counter attack and negate damage. So how her skill works, you use her skill, she'll put up her like umbrella. If the enemy hits her umbrella, she'll counter attack and poison the enemy. She'll be likely to poison the enemy. Her art is able to counter attack, or she'll put up her umbrella again, and if the boss or the enemy hits her umbrella while she's channeling her art, she will counterattack, and whenever she counterattacks, she will lower the enemy's defense by 100%, and also she's gonna be increasing her own art damage by 50% for 8 seconds, right? Yeah, 8 seconds, which is really good. And then her true art is able to reduce the enemy's poison resistance by 100% and light resistance by 30% for 12 seconds. That's an extremely good debuff, because for Mixie, whenever you poison the enemy, you are able to crit. You get a 100% crit chance while the enemy is poisoned, which is extremely top tier. She's one of the best units in the game. Personally, in my opinion, the only thing that's holding her back from being S tier, in my personal opinion, is that she's not auto friendly at all. She kind of has a skill gap because if you don't know how the boss works, you don't know how the boss attacks and everything, you won't be able to really counterattack and get the full effect out of her, and she's very reliant on counterattacking. So if you can't do that, then yeah, she's not really all that great for you. So if you're not very into playing the game manually, then I wouldn't recommend Mixie. I would recommend her if you are into playing the game manually, don't mind playing the game manually, and you want to use her. She's an extremely good unit. She's just not S tier. If you can use her right, she can definitely be S tier. She's one of the best units in the game, and well, I keep saying best units, but she's one of the really good units in the game. That's what I want to say. But yeah, if you can use her right, she can pretty much be S tier or low S tier. Another thing I want to say too is that later on down the line, there should be a giant boss that comes out that Mixie will help you out a ton in. So yeah, there's that as well. But apart from that, I don't really recommend summoning on this banner unless you have every other unit from all the other banners, or most of the units from all the other banners like me, and you want Scylla and Mixie. That's the only reason why I would summon on this banner. Moving on from that, we have no wait, that's it, isn't it? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So now for my recommendations. Out of all these banners, which are the best to summon on? Hero Fest Infinity and Hero Fest Supernova with Rags and Platina. Out of these banners, which one should you prioritize? The Regulus and Fina banner, Hero Fest Infinity, is really good. The only thing I will say is that if you have Regulus and you don't have Fina, don't pull on this banner. I don't think you should, unless you just really want to try your luck. But in my personal opinion, I would say maybe try your luck with ALK summons and your 5-star tickets, because the Dungeons and Trials got reset. You get a lot of 5-star tickets. You can try to do this. You can try to get Fina or Regulus through those 5-star tickets. Apart from that, though, I don't really recommend summoning on this, because I think if you already have Regulus, then it's an extremely high chance that you could get him again, because the 7.6% rates for these units, so it's very likely you could pull a dupe of Regulus if you already have him. So there is that, and you don't have Fina. Apart from that, though, if you want to try your luck, try it. If you do not have either of these units, this is probably the best banner for you to summon on. Both of these units are super top tier. If you have their true weapons as well, because they're only top tier if you have their true weapons. If you have the true weapons, they are extremely good. So yeah, if you don't have the true weapons, they definitely lose their value. Like literally, to put in an example, Regulus goes from being an S tier unit with true weapon to being a C tier unit without true weapon. Fina goes from being S tier to being B tier. So not really too much of a drop like Regulus is, but yeah, it's still not. You still definitely need his true weapon to be really good in this game. Now, of course, if you don't have the true weapon, you're like, OP, I already picked someone's true weapon. But don't fear, my guy. Don't forget, on the 24th, we get 30 rainbow gems from the first friends. So you are able to friend 30 people, 30 new players. So either you reroll like 30 accounts, or the case may be, and then you friend them. You get 1 rainbow gem for each friend request for new players, for first friends, which is really good. So yeah, you are able to get that, and it goes up a ton. So hey, that's really good. Apart from that, though, this is probably the best banner to summon on if you don't have either one unit. If you already have one, I would say try your luck with the ALK summon and 5-star tickets, and then maybe decide from there if you really want one of these units. Moving on from that, we have the Rags, Platina, and S banner. This is probably the second best banner to summon on. Rags is, like I said, one of the best attackers in the game. He's extremely good. The only downside is you have to do his giant boss in order to get him. Platina is also extremely good. Literally can carry you through the Rags giant boss. In multiplayer, just literally so many people look for Platinas in multiplayer. For Rags' giant boss, she's extremely good. Max LB, she's going to do wonders for you. So yeah, this is probably the second best. Both of these units, in my opinion, are S tier. So yeah, and also the other unit on here, Est, is also extremely good. If you don't get Platina or Rags and you get Est, hey, that's not bad. That's really not bad, to be honest, because Est is a really good attacker. So yeah. Apart from that though, guys, that is my priority list. Summon on the Regulus and Fina banner if you don't have them, and then if you have both of them already, this is probably the second best banner for you. And then after that, if you have everybody on this banner and the Regulus and Fina banner, really it's just whatever you want to summon on, or whatever unit you don't have. Apart from that though, guys, that is it for the video today. Hopefully you guys found this informative. Hopefully you guys are able to get the units you want. Maybe get that early Christmas present from GS, if you know what I'm saying. Apart from that though, guys, Mini Boy P. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Catch me on YouTube, catch me on Discord, catch me on Twitch. You can catch me on Twitch every single day at 7 p.m. CST. Apart from Saturdays, I don't stream on Saturdays. Apart from that though, guys, it's been your boy P. I'm out, guys. Peace.